Andrea Goeglein is here, and she's trying to unstick us. And so far it hasn't worked.
You're not making it easy.
Andrea, in all our lives, I know in my life, I've been stuck many times, and I become unstuck, and I move on.
Yep.
Isn't that really what she's trying to get to? We need to move on.
What she's done is actually in the order of the book, which I liked a lot. She focuses on the front end, the concept of fear, and how the brain, what goes on in our brain. As we were talking on break, the reason we could talk about money 12 months out is because the mass trauma that took place enough time that we can now start sorting out what am I afraid of going forward, what is keeping me stuck, and what next thing do I have to do. So she really does spend a lot of time on addressing that part so that you can then look at whatever area you're looking at.
So that's in the clarify?
Yes,
now,
that's in the clarify.
What's in the simplify?
Simplify is, how about getting rid of those things that do not work for you? Just because a saying or a habit or something, and particularly habits, have been, like going to the mall, since money is the issue, if your activity on Friday night was going to the mall, and even it was only being a $20 expenditure, it's still $20.
Right, exactly.
And $20 to many people is critical. So what happens? You have to start shifting, break the habit. Maybe have some friends over, and for that same $20 you all pool at $2 each, you're doing something together. But you don't know that until you see what it is you're missing, what's holding you.
Also start to be a thrifty shopper again. I know when, in all of our lives, at times we've had enough money, and at times we haven't.
Yes.
But when we didn't have enough money, we were thrifty, and we had fun going out to try to shop for the best bargain we could find.
And isn't it fun when you go into then that period of having enough money, the tendency, I don't know if it's a human tendency then, is to become not thrifty.
Right. Well, you know, that line is, it's very easy to go up and very hard to come down. But that is one of the things she actually has you look at in the money section. Are you a binge shopper? And what she's come to realize is that it is actually the binging that's causing the stress. When we stop being able to feed that binge shopping, and I don't care if you're going to Costco and filling up 5 carts of water. You know, if you're 2 people living at home and you're buying gallons of things, there's an issue to be addressed there as it rots in your closet.
Yes.
And she has you look at what is your habit around money so that you can then unwork
Because if I have all this stuff, if I have all of this stuff around me and in my home, I'm safe.
Yeah, that is a fallacy.
Isn't that something that we do?
Yeah, we sure like to.
And actually, it clutters your mind and clutters your life.
And there's tons. She doesn't work with that in this book, but there's so much research
like
about
a lot
that.
Of stuff.
That environments and how cluttered the environment definitely contributes to our mindset in a host of ways that you will be stuck. But you know, she's one of the authors that has really there are a new crop of authors coming in where they write books, they give you exercises to do, they have online communities that you can connect through the things. I connected you through my website, through my blog about this. And then they're offering very inexpensive group activities that you can do telephonically.
Now, is that in the execute part?
Yes, because what you need to do with the execute part is then just take one little part of that habit. Like if going to the mall, if I go to the mall, there are many people who go to the mall 7 days a week.
Oh, yeah.
If you could just cut out 2 of those days or 1 of those days, if you're a person who's challenged around smoking or eating, all that the execute part is saying, once you understand what your fear, I'm not going to have enough, you know what? I bet if you just had 2 cookies instead of 3. Just take 1 of the cookies away. And that's what you're simplifying it, and then you're executing and going a few days just making one very small change.
A lot of that is the fear that it won't be there. When you're talking Costco, I mean, I don't like big stores, but I do like Costco.
I know.
but you know, when you're in there, you know, I find myself in that mode, and you have to, you know, you see something and you think, well, I must buy all of this because 2 weeks from now when I go to Costco, it won't be there. Well,
Right.
yes, it will.
Yes, yeah.
It's going to be there.
Or maybe you won't even miss it when
You
it
won't
gets.
even
That's
miss
the
it.
other part. We're
Exactly.
working from the given mindset.
We've finally gotten true confessions from Tanya Mott, which is a way to execute. But it is true. We think things aren't going to be there.
Correct.
Instead
of saying, you know what, I'm going to wait till that goes on sale. If it doesn't go on sale, there's something else just about like it that I can buy.
Yeah, you know, the standard line that worry and anxiety is nothing more than fretting about something that happened in the past or fear about something that will happen in the future.
And Andrea, maybe you know this, I heard that about 98% of the things we worry about never come to pass.
Correct.
And
And the things that do happen,
Yeah.
we would have never thought about. You know,
Yeah.
there are some pretty extraordinary things that we've experienced. And it is by being able, you know, the exercises in this book, and in each chapter she has a different assessment according to what it is. What you're getting to do is really stop and just take that little bitty piece and say, what do I think around this? How am I behaving? I love the chapter on relationships because it really allows you to examine at every level, from sexual compatibility to intellectual compatibility. Is the person I'm with the right person?
Moving
Moving right along. Is the host the right host?
You have opened her up too many times.
I'm sorry. It's
Libby-
chapter 8, I think.
Libby's background, a little bit about Libby.
Very, very interesting person. She was a corporate executive in the television industry for about 15 years. Through that, she met Dr. Phil. She then left that career, became the branding strategist, which launched the Dr. Phil show. And in that same time, through her own life experience, became a therapist and began a coaching career. And that's where this particular book comes out of.
You know what? If we all do this, probably by the time we're 85, we'll understand life. I'm thinking.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, that's better than never.
Oh, that's exactly right. I thought, I wasn't sure that journey ever ended, but thank you for the encouragement.
Andrea is always terrific information.
When we come back, it's Crazy Coyote. You stay right there.